GM CEO says Tesla won't buy its factories. Tesla volunteers for a hacking competition in the best way, and more. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 486 for January 16th, 2019. This show is sponsored by my supporter Richard. If you're in the market for a Model S, X, or 3, please consider using his referral code. Ask your sales representative to use code Richard174 or go direct to the web link ts.la/Richard174 for 6 months of free supercharging or 9 months of free supercharging if you've made your order without having taken a test drive. Starting the show today, it had been hoped by many, yours truly included, that Tesla would snatch up one or more of GM's factories designated for closure to expand production eastward in the U.S. Electrek has picked up a story that claims that this isn't happening. GM CEO Mary Barra, while speaking at an investor conference, said that it's not going to work. Quote, Tesla is not interested in our GM workforce represented by the UAW, so really it's a moot point, end quote. It would seem by Barra's comment that taking the workforce along with its union are a condition of any sale of the factories in question. It's understandable that Tesla has no interest in the UAW, but rather interesting that GM is apparently making this a condition of sale. Union or not, any buyer would be unlikely to want to take a complete workforce that may or may not suit its own needs. What is unclear, but maybe a possibility here, is that the union agreements may prevent GM from selling the plants without this condition. I suspect that this isn't as over as Ms. Barra might suggest, though. As plants begin to close and as the workforce has no jobs anyhow, GM will need to do something with these plants. I would think that they would like to recoup something out of them, and they'll eventually sell anyhow. The interesting bit about this here is that since GM isn't striking while the iron is hot, it will give leverage to any potential buyer down the road the longer the properties sit unused, and therefore we might see NUMMI repeat itself all over again. We move to Teslarati for a story on Tesla's commitment to the security of its vehicles. This is where my worlds collide a bit, as we get to have the information security corner for the next minute or so. Tesla has volunteered a Model 3 for the Pwn to Own competition, a yearly competition where hackers from all over the globe compete to break the security of various applications and products. Typically, web browsers, computer operating systems, and even voting machines are the big targets of the event. Tesla is the first automaker to volunteer for the event. The bonus, though, in addition to gaining points for the competition, is that any researcher that has a successful hack of the vehicle will get to drive it home. VP of Vehicle Software David Lau said, quote, we develop our cars with the highest standards of safety in every respect, and in our work with the security research community is invaluable to us. Since launching our bug bounty program in 2014, the first to include a connected consumer vehicle, we have continuously increased our investments into partnerships with security researchers to ensure that all Tesla owners constantly benefit from the brightest minds in the community. We look forward to learning about and rewarding great work in Pwn to Own so that we can continue to improve our products and our approach to designing inherently secure systems, end quote. It's awesome to see Tesla joining the competition. While Tesla has had some security issues in the past, they've handled them in the proper manner each time. They've disclosed the vulnerability and patched the vulnerability almost immediately. At a prior DEF CON, another security conference, 2 security researchers that managed to find some vulnerabilities in Model S came away incredibly impressed at Tesla's security measures in its vehicles. As a professional in the field, I'm proud to know the car I drive is well protected from attack by a manufacturer that takes information security seriously. Teslarati also brings us the story that CNET's Roadshow Shift Awards were announced at the ongoing North American International Auto Show, and Tesla was involved despite not attending. Elon was named as the Disruptor of the Year by the outlet, besting the CEOs of McLaren and Bird, also up for the award. Chris Paukert, the executive editor at CNET Roadshow, said the award was designed to honor the person that caused the most ripples in the auto industry during the past year. With Elon making headlines for many reasons, he was the easy winner for the award. CNET's Tim Stevens said, quote, this award is all about pushing the industry forward and leaving a lasting impact on the future of the automotive industry. Elon Musk fits that bill to a T. After smoothing out its production process, Tesla once again proved profitable. The Model 3 quickly launched itself to prominence in an already busy segment, and buyers themselves could feel the effects of those launches thanks to its wild performance variant. Hell, he even made tunnels interesting, end quote. But also interesting was that this is the only Tesla win in the awards, yet again adding fuel to the rage I expressed in Tidbits from the Road episode 15, where I lamented the fact that Model 3 isn't winning anything despite being far and away the biggest success story in the auto industry for 2018. Model 3 wasn't even a finalist for the Car of the Year, yet the Jaguar I-Pace somehow found its way onto that list. Even for the Cabin Tech of the Year category, only Audi, Mercedes, and Dodge found nominations, where Tesla laps the competition for vehicle technology. Not sure what it will take for Tesla to get some respect from these high-profile awards makers. Apparently, demolishing an entire market segment in a year just isn't enough. Lastly, Inside EVs shows us a product to help protect Model 3s from vandalism and theft of contents. Approaching an epidemic status, in many areas of the country, Model 3s are having the rear corner glass broken so thieves can fold down the rear seats to see if there are contents in the trunk worth stealing. If there are, they break the full rear window and make off with the contents. Tesla Raj is introducing a product along with Tesla DIY called Drop Lock that locks out the ability to fold the rear seats. It ships with a pair of the devices, the removal tool, and 2 window clings to alert thieves of the presence of the security device, thus hopefully saving your windows. Check it out at the link in the show description. That's it for today's show. Before we go, let me tell you about the show's newest sponsor, Foam Daddy. Foam Daddy is a nationwide company that sells and rents foam and snow machines. They're also proud to announce the arrival of the real snow machine. This allows anyone to produce real snow in any temperature. Check them out at foamdaddy.com. Thanks as always to our super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. They are John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, Zortech LED Canada, Morven Ogg, Blake Thompson, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Michael Pastroni, Travis and Cheyenne Rush, Cookie UK, Chris Hovis, Craig Murphy, and Vicky Kirk. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again on Friday, hopefully if work doesn't get in the way yet again. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.